Hi, I'm Ashwini Kumar Kota, and in this quick video, I'm going to share a few thoughts on post e-learning program assessments. So, what are the assessments which are conducted at the end of an e-learning program? How do you go about designing them, and why are they so important? Post program assessments are extremely important because of three main reasons the way I look at them. First is what is not measured is seldom achieved. Running through the e-learning program, specifically speaking about asynchronous programs, there is a bit of a lopside to it where a learner's self-motivation to achieve something is extremely critical here because there is no second human live engaged with that particular learner. So when a learner is learning an element through a computer, a lot of self-motivation, self-drive initiative is required, and eventually when the person completes the program, we need to know whether the person has completed successfully, which would mean whether the person is competent to do a few things I'm looking at the person doing after the program has got over, so on and so forth. So we need to measure what the person has learned in context to our expectations. Second is to gauge readiness of the learner. So if a learner is learning something and completed the program, so is the learner ready for a certain kind of action which the person was going through the program for? Or is the objective being met? Has the person achieved the kind of a knowledge and skill which we are looking at the person picking up to the defined or desired level of competency from the program? And third, to gauge the effectiveness of the program itself. So while we have designed a program, how effective is the program in context to the learners for whom it's designed? And the learners, as we all know, need not always be homogeneous in nature. So certain sections of learners sometimes fare well in a program and certain sections don't fare well in the same program because of various parameters beyond the program itself. So the effectiveness of the program to address the learner's need is extremely important. So because of these three prime reasons, the post-program assessment, which is conducted as a comprehensive assessment at the end of the intervention, is extremely important. Now, what is the approach we are talking about? So the approach which I particularly focus upon is design the assessment thoroughly using a combination of techniques. Mark my words, I'm not saying one technique, you need to use a combination of techniques to assess the knowledge gained, skill honed, and attitude displayed as per the objectives of the program. So while it's very common to complete a program and put in a kind of a quiz together or an assessment together or 100 questions in a question bank coming 10 at random numbers and so on and so forth, we've seen them all. But are they really serving the purpose or are they just there for the sake of putting something in place? Ask this question to yourself the next time you design a program. So what is the purpose of the assessment and is it serving it? So if it has to serve the purpose, the objectives have to be clear from the beginning till the end, and our assessment has to ensure that the objectives are mapped onto it and both the knowledge and skill are being gauged as per the subject matter and the topic of the program. So once your objectives are clear in terms of the objectives of the program and objectives of the assessment, and you're clear in terms of what you're going to gauge, how you go about doing it is extremely important. So there are a few design options what we have got in terms of designing a good, engaging post-program intervention. First, you can have a comprehensive gamified or scenario-based application. There's something, if we can do it, nothing like it, because by gamifying an activity, if it is possible from the content point of view, topic point of view, and of course budget and time are more important. If you're able to do it, you can gamify something where a person is engaging, enjoying, and you get a practical angle to it. Or you can have a scenario-based applications where real-life scenarios are brought in front of the person, either visually or textually. You can have any kind of scenarios, but you're giving as close to a practical connect as possible as far as the learner's engagement is concerned. Multi-level assessment. Now, when we talk of assessments, it's good to space the assessments over multiple levels. If you feel certain levels, certain kinds of learners would have gained a certain kind of knowledge to a particular level, and there is a difference which is possible. So you will be giving an assessment which is okay, level 1, let's see how many completed. Okay, 100% completed level 1. We go to level 2, level 3. When they reach level 3, probably 75% are going to level 4 and 25% drop out. Then go to level 5, level 6, level 7. The toughness or the complexity of the assessment goes on increasing as the levels keep on going higher, and you're able to clearly differentiate between a particular average passing score or passing level where most of the learners are able to make it, and a certain level which only a few discerned or very strong learners or people who have got it right to the highest extent possible, or a level of expertise which has been gained, are able to make it. It helps you to differentiate the learners and plan the subsequent actions for them accordingly. Multi-mode assessment. There are various modes we can use for assessing a particular learning of from a program basically. So it could be using a particular mode like a multiple choice questions, or you can use a mode like a scenario based assessments. So multiple modes put together can make it more engaging and more practically oriented to whatever extent possible from the learner's perspective. A word of caution here, while we be choosing gamification games, scenarios, multiple levels, multiple modes, you are the one designing it, but the learner is the one who's taking it. And if you fall in love with your creation and you go on designing assessments which are like out of the world experience for learner, the program might end up being out of the world itself, because over assessment is not going to fetch you what you're looking at. On the contrary, it can become detrimental or could prove to be a catastrophe by itself if it does not serve the purpose. So please do not over assess and don't go overboard while designing an assessment module or an assessment intervention. Design with a focus on the objectives of the program and what the measurement or assessment is going to be about. So that was a quick video about post-program assessment. While I've not covered the depth of how an assessment is designed, how we go about creating those kind of interventions, and what kind of interventions map on to what kind of learning needs, that's of course a topic for a little larger and a more in-depth program. But while you're designing your e-learning interventions, and if you have got some thoughts to share or like some inputs from us in terms of how you should go about designing a post-program assessment, or how we can do a wonderful job at that, feel free to call us at 2520-4655 or email us at hello@plaexcelpro.com, or you can always visit our website plaexcelpro.com. Wish you all the very best for your next e-learning program. Thank you.